Hello and welcome back to Jikook Diaries, the one and only channel where every heartbeat between Jungkook and Jimin turns into a story that leaves armies speechless. Today's episode? A wild ride of tension, laughter, and a moment that almost gave away too much until Park Jimin swooped in like a graceful guardian of secrets. It all started during a recent live broadcast that, at first glance, seemed like any other casual and relaxed moment shared with fans. Jungkook, ever the free spirit and golden magne, looked unusually energetic, his eyes sparkling with something unsaid, his words flowing like water, a little too freely. You could tell right away, something was different. There was that barely contained excitement, the kind that makes you lean in closer because you just know something juicy is about to slip. And it nearly did. Jungkook was talking, giggling, even teasing in that signature mischievous way of his. And suddenly, that pause, that heart-stopping, world-silencing pause, the kind that makes every army around the globe go completely still, eyes wide, breath held. He said just enough to send a tidal wave of theories crashing across Twitter, Weverse, and every group chat ever created. Fans were already connecting dots, decoding his body language, analyzing facial cues, and rewinding the moment frame by frame. You could practically see the word spoiler flash in bright neon red across the screen. But just as Jungkook's lips started to shape what could have been the most revealing moment in recent Jikook history, there he was, Jimin, calm, composed, and quick as lightning. With one soft tap on Jungkook's hand, a meaningful glance, and a small but firm, "Yeah, stop," he ended the chaos before it even began. And just like that, the spell was broken. Jungkook blinked, looked at him, and gave the sweetest, most sheepish smile. That kind of shy laugh you only give when you've been caught lovingly. It was just a split-second exchange, but it echoed like thunder in the hearts of those who know. That moment wasn't just cute, it was powerful. It was Jimin stepping in not just to save a surprise, but to protect something deeper. Something raw and vulnerable. Something not yet ready for the world. And maybe something never meant to be shared beyond their world of two. Jimin didn't just stop Jungkook, he anchored him. He reminded him silently, with no need for big gestures or loud words, that some things are too precious to be lost in passing sentences. And Jungkook, the way he looked at Jimin right after, that wasn't embarrassment. That was trust. That was comfort. That was a look that said, "Thank you for knowing me better than I know myself sometimes." Their dynamic couldn't have been clearer. Jungkook, spontaneous and full of wonder, always one step away from revealing his heart to the world. Jimin, grounded and perceptive, always there to catch him just in time. And honestly, it's not the first time this has happened, and we all know it won't be the last. To some, it might have seemed like a funny little hiccup, but to those of us who've been watching them for years, who felt every shift in their energy and held on to every passing glance, they know how loud silence can be between Jikook. They know how these quiet, unscripted moments speak volumes. It's not just about spoilers, it's about protection, about care, about the invisible thread that ties two people together in ways that can't be explained, only felt. But that's not where the story ends. Because what happened after the moment after that infamous "Yeah, stop" might just be the most telling part of it all. When Jungkook laughed, that breathy, bashful laugh, you could see the way his shoulders relaxed. The way he leaned ever so slightly toward Jimin, almost as if being near him gave him an unspoken permission to let go of the tension. And Jimin? He didn't gloat. He didn't tease. He just smiled with those soft eyes. The kind of smile that says, "It's okay. I've got you." It's these kinds of exchanges that reveal just how deep their bond runs. What unfolded next on that live stream was subtle but powerful. The mood shifted. Jungkook's tone softened. The glint of excitement in his eyes settled into something warmer, quieter. And Jimin, ever present, ever protective, stayed close, almost as if making sure his younger one wouldn't wander too far again. There was no awkwardness, no scolding, just comfort. And if you paid close attention, you might have caught the way Jungkook kept glancing at Jimin afterward. Not out of guilt, but something closer to admiration. The kind of gaze that says, "You always know what to do, don't you?" It's a look we've seen before on stage, during interviews, backstage clips, moments where the world seems overwhelming, and Jungkook's anchor is always right there beside him. Because Jimin doesn't just stop spoilers, he stops spirals. That's the kind of relationship they have, built not on grand declarations or performative gestures, but on the small, everyday acts of knowing and being known. Jimin's ability to read Jungkook isn't just intuition, it's history. Years of shared stages, shared silence, late-night talks, laughter in hotel hallways, and quiet moments in between schedules. It's no wonder he can sense a shift in Jungkook's tone before anyone else. He's lived in those wavelengths. And Jungkook, for all his charisma and spontaneity, he leans into Jimin like someone who's found home. It's in the way his entire demeanor changes when Jimin walks into the room. The way his words become more animated, but his energy more grounded. As if Jimin brings balance to the whirlwind that is Jungkook. Some fans might say we're reading too much into a small moment. But isn't that the beauty of Jungkook? That the smallest things, eye contact, a hand reaching across the table, the silence between words carry oceans of meaning. They speak in a language only they truly understand, and yet somehow we feel it too. It wasn't just a saved spoiler. It was a window into a relationship that continues to evolve in front of our eyes. A relationship that's been built not just in public, but in private. And every now and then, we're lucky enough to witness the cracks in the curtain, those fleeting moments that hint at just how much is shared behind the scenes. That live stream will live rent-free in ARMY's minds for a long time. Not just for the near spoiler, but for everything it revealed in its aftermath. The silent communication, the gentle correction, the laughter that followed. It's the kind of interaction that doesn't need words to be understood. And for those who've followed their journey from the start, from rookie days to global stages, this moment felt like a full circle. Because in many ways, this is the Jungkook we've always known. Jungkook pushing boundaries, Jimin gently guiding him back. Not to restrain, but to protect what you ask. That live stream, it was a glimpse, a tiny window into the intimacy of two souls who've walked through chaos together, holding onto each other in the quietest ways possible. And maybe that's what Jungkook was trying to say. Maybe he wasn't about to spoil an album or a project. Maybe, just maybe, his heart was full, and words started slipping before his mind could catch them. And maybe Jimin, always attuned, caught them first, shielding both him and the story before the world could grab hold of something too delicate. That's the trust. That's the rhythm they've built. And that's the magic of Jungkook. It's in the unsaid, in the glances, in the timing so perfect it can't be rehearsed. It's in the way Jimin always seems to know what Jungkook's thinking before the rest of the world does. It's in the way Jungkook always softens in Jimin's presence, as if all his edges were made to be smoothed by him. So once again, Jungkook nearly gave it all away, but Jimin, with his quiet strength, unwavering intuition, and that signature, "I got you" presence, saved the day. Not with drama, not with panic, just with love. And that's what makes it unforgettable. Until next time, ARMY, keep your hearts open and your eyes sharp, because with Jungkook, the story never ends. Every little moment is a clue, a feeling, a spark. And here at Jungkook Diaries, we'll keep holding them close, one beat at a time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if your heart also skipped a beat during that close call. We'll be back with more moments that make you gasp, giggle, and maybe believe just a little more in fate. And that's a wrap for today's journey into another unforgettable Jungkook moment. What started as a playful live almost turned into something way bigger, but once again, Jimin reminded us why he's the calm in Jungkook's storm, the steady heartbeat behind the chaos, and the quiet hero we all adore. If this moment made your heart race even just a little, let us know in the comments. What do you think Jungkook was really about to say? And how does Jimin always know just when to step in? Don't forget to like this video if you felt the magic, subscribe if you believe in their bond as much as we do, and hit that bell icon so you never miss the next time Jungkook makes the world stop for a second. Until next time, keep your eyes wide, your heart open, and remember, between the laughter, the glances, and the almost spoilers, there's always something beautiful waiting to be discovered. This is Jikook Diaries. Signing off, see you in the next Heartbeat Purple Heart.